What was your takeaway on like the first real look at defense in live action?
Yeah, I mean it was exciting. It was everything I expected. We had guys on all levels making plays, and I feel like the communication was good on game day. There's always some things we can get better at with little technique stuff, and just gotta carry on that energy and continue to do it on a consistent basis this season.
Is there a difference in moving on as a team from a week 1 win versus like a win later in the season, just given a seat opener?
To be honest, I mean, win, loss, I mean, nobody cares what you did last week. They only care about this week. So, I mean, you guys got to move on. That's what we do on Mondays. We watch the film, see what we did well, continue to, build off of that, and the things that we didn't do so well, we got to continue to learn from it and get better at it. So, everybody's main focus on beating the Broncos.
So when are you going to drop in coverage and get an interception?
If you watched the play before, I did drop.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I did drop, and then but Tua didn't look my way. He went to the backside slant, and then the very next play, 2 drops, and he gets the pick.
To that point, how fun is that for you as a vet? You've been here a long time to get to do you've probably done it before, but to get to do new things with this defense.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of fun. You get to move me to different positions around the D line. Some things that I did early in my career, and so teams can't really just key on me and just focusing on me like, oh, he's gonna be here, on 3rd down or 1st and 2nd down. So it's a lot of fun.
Can you feel the presence of some of those guys you added?
Definitely. They immediately made plays. Week 1, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those key guys that we brought, the new additions to the team, and that's what we brought them here for.
Like even Mooney, he didn't have a pick, but I felt like a lot of throws that were short, they just ended. No,
for sure. Yeah, if it was a quick pass and they catch it, they're down immediately, or he was breaking up a pass. So, if it's a quiet day for a lockdown corner, it's a good day.
When you all able to flip the field like that, and you see the offense go and deliver, what do you think of just how they operated? I know obviously you play defense, but the goal is to get them the ball and see what they do.
No, for sure. I feel like we did the best I've seen in a long time since we've been here, just playing great complementary football. You know what I mean? Defense get a turnover, and the offense goes out there and executes, and on all 7 drives and comes up with points. That's what you want to see. That's what you love to play in the game, and I feel like the offense did a really great job in doing that, and that goes back to training camp. All of the sudden change situations that Shane will put us in, offense or defense. I feel like a lot of that training is carried on, going into week 1, and it just needs to continue to build and carry on throughout the season.
Is an interception like the last thing that you don't have?
Yeah, it's the only, that is the only stat I don't have. Yes.
I looked it up just to make sure.
They hate you.
So dropping the coverage, are you telling me?
I am no. When my number's called to drop, I'm looking to try and get a pick. So, it's hard to try and catch a quarterback off guard when you're 6'7", but one of these days it's gonna come to me, or off of a tip ball. Just having a good heads-up play, so I know it's gonna come someday.
It's like Dion, they're avoiding you, man.
Exactly.
What's the closest you've come so far?
How
close have you come? Like, what's the closest you've come?
I've come pretty close. The last time I came close to a pick was 2023 against Cleveland. It was a screen play they tried to do, and I housed it over and I dove for the ball, and it barely touched the ground. Yeah, and I thought I had a pick. And right before the game, I was like, the only stat I don't have is a pick. And that happened, and the ball hit the ground. Like, as I was diving for it, I was like, I was heartbroken.
Hey, Bucks, the second-year quarterbacks like Bo Nix, for example, so often they take either a step forward or maybe they regress a little bit because defenses start to learn their tendencies. What do you think is the difference in those quarterbacks who are able to take a step forward? Because obviously you've seen a lot of guys.
No, yeah. The difference with those quarterbacks is, I just feel like they're continuing to improve their game. They know, they come into the season knowing that defenses probably, know their tendencies when they drop back or certain things that they do, and they self-scout throughout the offseason. I feel like they do a good job with, continuing to hide those tendencies, you know what I'm saying, and continue to build. So I feel like that would probably be I'm not a quarterback guy, but I'm sure, I do the same thing for myself, you know what I mean? So I feel like any great player is going to do that throughout the offseason and see what they can improve on, and that's what the great ones do.
I'm sure not every game will be just like that one, but can you tell, like, when Lou is cooking, when, like, every button he's pressing is working. Like, what's that like?
Yeah, man, it's a lot of fun. I mean, you know, going out there knowing that every call is executed, being executed at a high level. You know, he's got a good feel for the game, and you know, not just, you know, waiting to determine something. I feel like there's times where throughout the game where he's dictating them to, you know, check the certain plays that we know they're going to check too. You know what I mean? He's anticipating it and putting us in position to make plays.
On Sampson's sack, you're blocked by a tight end.
Yeah.
And he kind of side blocks you, and then Achane has eyes on you, but as soon as you get in there, like Achane's head turns.
Yeah.
And I think Sampson was looping around there.
Yeah.
Like when you're talking about Lou putting you in positions to make rushes like that, like it's not just that you're lined up on a tight end, it's that you got the rest of the D line doing stuff that's distracting. Is that?
No, for sure. I feel like I mean, we line up in a different front, and you know, we had guys showing on the line, and you know, I think I heard them, you know, do a full slide protection, so I knew the tackle was going to go down. And so I just tried my first step, I tried to replace the tackle to create space between me and the tight end because I knew he was going to come down and block on me. That's why I came with a rip. And all I saw in front of me was the running back. So I just tried to throw him out the club. And as I'm doing it, throwing him back, I see Tua, and I'm going full speed. And he just hits with a little, you know, step and redirects. And I'm full speed that way, grouping around. And Sampson came in and dove. And, you know, he got the sack. And I was extremely happy for him. I mean, it's been 2 years since he's been on the football field, and for his first game to come back and get a sack, I mean, that was big for him, and I knew that was a big thing for him. You know, just seeing that he can go back out there, especially coming off of a serious injury, coming back, playing great, and getting rewarded for all the hard work that he did in the offseason.
I know we talked a lot about like the secondary and how they were kind of confusing too, but like that play seemed like the line was confusing protection package almost.
Yeah.
Like, can that work in concert there?
No, I think so. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But,
Last question, James.
Daniel Jones went on the Pat McAfee show the other day and was talking about how, you know, there's going to be doubts about what he could do here and things like that. And you talked about having like some scars through your own career, like things you wish you would have differently or plays you came short on, whatever. How have you seen Daniel kind of just, I guess, carry this new opportunity? And has he ever broached the topic of like getting a fresh start?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like he's been doing a great job since he came in, just being the same guy every day. You know what I mean? Coming in like a pro and just.
Is that hard? I hear guys say that all the time. Like, is that hard to do?
Definitely.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm just
Especially coming to a new
like,
place. You know what I mean? Like a fresh start, coming to a new organization. Nobody knows you. You know what I'm saying? They just know what they know from the media or whatever it is, and you know, you have to build those relationships and build the trust amongst your teammates and your brothers in the locker room. And I feel like he's done a great job of doing that since day one, coming in here and being open, being able to, you know, just, I've talked about it before, just the times that he, you know, just around the building or in the cafe or, you know, even outside the building, you know, just the relationships that he's building with on both sides of the ball, you know what I mean? And but then showing the guys how much he works, you know what I mean, each and every day, you know, doesn't complain about anything. You know, he's just solely focused on, you know, how can he help the team, and I mean, I feel like a lot of the guys respect him for